Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I am your San Diego realtor, Carolina, and I'm here to talk to you about what exactly a buyer's agent does. In general, I get this question quite a lot, especially on the buyer side. This video is gonna go over everything that we do for you when you hire us as your real estate agent. So from the very beginning, we start with building a very personal relationship with you. We aren't here to talk to you about the weather or how the Padres are doing great or anything like that. It's more so like I need to know what you want in a home. But it's not just what you want, but it's what you need. So if you really want a fourth bedroom, but you realistically only need 3, or if you really want a pool, but you really just need a yard space or whatever it may be, like I need to truly get to know you and what you want in a home, what you need in a home, what is required in a home. Like you might say, I require a 2-car garage and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like this is what we need and this is what we have to get. Then I, as an agent, have to learn those things to make sure that the home you get in contract in, the home that you're gonna spend the next 30 plus years paying off, is the home you want to be in. The next kind of step that we do is that we have to find these homes. Like, yeah, I can set you up on Redfin, or yeah, maybe you're already all over Zillow looking at all the homes that are there, but I have to set up some sort of a filter to make sure that if you want a house with a 2-car garage, that houses with a 1-car garage that meet no other of your expectations are being sent to you, or that you're even like considering. Because if you want something and I'm taking note of it, then I have to make sure the homes that I'm sending you follow that criteria. For myself, at least, I use a website called Real Scout, and with that website, it has a specific algorithm where I set up, let's say you want a 3-bedroom in Poway, under this much, with this and with that. I get to fill out all those filters and I get to send these homes to you automatically, and the algorithm will, as soon as it hits the MLS, it gets sent to you right away. It's not backtracked like it is with Redfin or Zillow. It's in real time to the MLS, which is the San Diego legal side of real estate. As soon as a listing agent posts a home on there, it is being sent to you immediately. And I'm pulling out the homes that are like the super affordable 55 and up community that you don't qualify for. I have to pull those out. Let's say you are dead set that you want a 1-bedroom downstairs unit, turnkey farmhouse look, then I have to make sure you're not getting the 2nd story, 3rd story, 4th story, 2-bedroom unit that's for sale within the criteria of how much you can afford. So there's a lot of work that goes into actually finding the home. It's not as easy as like just going on Redfin and clicking through and looking through every single home, because while you do that at home on the couch, I'm actually trying to literally look through every single aspect of the home and knowing what you want. We also have to find your style, really. So let's say that you really want a farmhouse feel, like you're loving the rustic with the all white, all gray. That's all you want is white, gray, rustic, brown, but your significant other really likes the mid-century feel or the art deco feel. They want blue cabinets with butcher block countertops, and that's just like the complete opposite of what you want. That's where my job really comes in, where I have to either help you find the perfect home with that mix of farmhouse, art deco, mid-century, whatever styles it may be, or help you find the fixer and help you find one that's under your budget well enough where you can afford to do that. And it takes a lot more into consideration than just saying, okay, so not this house, not this house, not this house. Like we have to find a mix of either the 2-3 styles that you're considering, or finding the exact style that you want. With that, once we actually get to the homes, right now that open houses are coming back, it's a little bit easier to schedule home views because the home is open Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4, both days. Usually Saturday and Sunday showings are easier because that's when most people have the time off to go. But scheduling around your schedule, my schedule, the home's schedule. Let's say the home doesn't have an open house yet, but you really want to go see it at 5:30 on Monday night, but the owner still lives there. So it isn't just being like, yeah, we're gonna go in on this date at this time. No, we have to figure out how to schedule all 3 parties around it. Myself, you, and the listing agent, or whoever the tenant may be in there, the owner may be in there. We have to figure out how to make them all work. And with seeing the property, we kind of have to read you and your reactions. You might say like, yes, I want to see this house. It's 1,000 square feet, 3-bedroom. It's everything that I want with the farmhouse feel. But when you get there and you see how small 1,000 square feet for a 3-bedroom can actually be, that might, like, your body language, your reactions, the comments that you make in between you and your husband or you and your spouse, whatever it may be, we have to really pay attention to that. So with our own clients, if I'm going to show you a home and this meets every single checkbox that you've given me, it's your full criteria, it might not end up being what you actually want. Let's say it's in a rougher side of the neighborhood, but it meets everything else. It's my job to be able to read those reactions and your body language and really be like, these are all the pros to it, but I'm looking at these cons. Is this something you truly want? It's not our job to force you to buy a home. We work for you, not against you. This is why it can take months to find a home for some people, because they might be on the pickier side, or they might have that criteria that really needs to be met. And that's where kind of like us reading the reactions of your body language comes in. And once you decide you do want to put an offer on a home, we have to be there to write it, to advise you on it, and to negotiate on your part of it. Let's say we get an offer in and they counter us. We have to really kind of like break it down for you as to what exactly it means. Half the time, I don't even know what the legal jargon means, and I have to ask my own team or my supervisors on. That's something that we have to do for you, or else you're gonna get stuck on Google article number 3062 trying to figure out what exactly these different things mean. It's not as easy as just like, oh, let me just type this up and send it on over. Like, we have to call the seller's agent and be like, hey, what terms work best for your seller? We can do as quick as a 20-day escrow, 17-day escrow with no contingencies or whatever it may be. We're trying to figure it out for you. And you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is get the contract, and if you read it or not, just sign it away and then send it back, and it's out of your hands. For the most part, we're the ones that are completely drowning in legal jargon of the contract and the RPA trying to get your offer accepted, compared to, like, right now, the other multiple ones that are on the table. We have to clarify through their terms, their timelines, their contingencies, if there's a tenant in place, trying to negotiate and figuring out how the tenant's gonna get out in time. Is the tenant gonna get paid out? Is the tenant getting out legally? Are we gonna get screwed later with the eviction process? We have to figure all this out for you so that you don't have to stress and you don't have to have the mini heart attacks to try and really grasp what's going on behind the scenes. Once we open escrow, we do actually have to confirm that escrow has been opened, which is super random, but I've gone like 2-3 days where an offer gets accepted and I'm literally texting the agent like, is escrow open yet? Are we in escrow now? Why aren't we in escrow? Where do I get the escrow number? Like, you literally have to confirm, well, you don't. I literally have to confirm what's going on and why. How can I get escrow opened as quickly as possible to get the contingencies done and get you into this house as soon as possible. With escrow, we have to do the appraisal and the home inspection, the roof inspection sometimes, termites if it's an FHA loan. All of that has to be scheduled with, again,
my availability if I need to be there. The inspection I usually will be there for. The termites sometimes I don't need to be there for. The appraisal is usually sometimes done with the inspection, but sometimes again they do it on their own. If they have to get the tenant out of the house, the owner out of the house.
Everybody's different schedules have to like learn to work together, and it's not always easy, especially when COVID was really going around in 2020. Different people were reacting to it at different levels. So an inspector might be like, yeah, I'm fine. I've already had it. I'm good. I've got the antibodies. I'll come in. I'll wear gloves and the mask. It's cool. But the owners might be like, well, no, like I don't want anybody in my house yet. And that's something that we as your agent have to schedule and work around. And then there's negotiating repairs, negotiating credits. The seller might say, house is as is. I'm not doing anything to it anymore. I've spent years in this house and I've been fixing it up and doing this and that, but it might need a new roof. Or the outlets need to be fixed because some of them are broken, some of them are missing. Literally, negotiating repairs and credits is one of the most difficult times to be in escrow, because the agent has to find a way to negotiate with the seller and the buyer, and finding out how they can either meet in the middle or really just trying to convince one or the other that it's not worth it, we gotta pick your battles, especially when the market's crazy. It needs to be together, not fighting each other over every single little thing. I really always recommend not nickeling and diming them over the light switches, outlets, the door handle. All of these things can be bought at Home Depot for pretty cheap, or even cheaper on Amazon. We bought all of our door handles on Amazon for like 20-30 bucks for the inside of the house. It's really not that expensive to just do yourself. Obviously, if you need a new roof, if you have a plumbing leak, that's something that should be negotiated, repaired, or given a credit for. And then there's issues that can just randomly come up during escrow. Let's say you went out and bought yourself a new car during escrow. That's gonna mess with your credit score. That's gonna mess with the loan side of it. If you have child support that you didn't pay, that child support lien can come back on you during escrow, and it'll again mess with your loan side of it. Your loan doesn't get fully recorded until like 2 or 3 days before the close of escrow. So if that gets messed up, you're gonna get delayed, and your 30-day escrow will become a 40-day escrow. Like, you'd never know. So we as your agent have to figure out how to be like kind of on our toes for the last week to 2 weeks of escrow to make sure that everything is taken care of, that all the issues that you personally have, we're either aware of and have already started taking care of it with the loan officer, or again, just trying to make sure that anything that can cause trouble isn't gonna happen. And then there's closing, and that's great because all I have to do is show up and give you a little closing gift with whatever it may be and your keys, and then we're done and the house is yours and everything's great.
Getting referrals from you is great.
Whatever it may be, the whirlwind of our end where we're getting constant emails throughout the day, throughout the night, all of your, especially for first-time home buyers, nothing's wrong with this, but getting your calls, just asking questions as to what does this mean on the request for repairs, what does that mean on the loan side, like how much am I going to be paying? And I'm like, I don't know how much you're going to be paying a month. That's what the loan officer is for. So it is our job to literally and completely guide you through the entire home buying process. So it's not just like finding a home, but it's putting an offer on the home and then getting you through escrow. So it isn't just as easy as like, here's a house, sign this, here's your keys, bye. It is a whole crazy madness. So I hope that kind of clears up what exactly happens behind the scenes on the realtor side, at least for the buyer's agent, is what this video was all about. If there's anything that surprised you, let me know in the comments below. If there's anything that you do even on top of this whole probably 10-minute video of what we do on the realtor side, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure I've done it as well. So please, as usual, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.